of farmers that we meet, in the sense that they incur a lot of losses, such as underweight, mortality, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So now, basically, we want to talk about the importance of growing pastures and good nutrition with regards to production and productivity.
Thank you so much, Doc. First of all, I want to actually thank you for coming through to address something that is right in the gap. Every living thing has to eat. Every living thing has to drink. And drinking good and eating good, the equation has to balance. We expect good quality products. We also expect good quality inputs. Now, nutrition has to do with, like we said, water and the other end of foodstuffs. So if nutrition is not well handled, then definitely expect the result not to be good as well. Now, when it comes to issues of pasture and fodder production, it's something that should not be avoided. It's something that should not lie in the option, because we are coming from years where we're depending on rangelands, or rather natural grazing places. Now your children and my children are being born. The population is increasing. Urbanization is taking its space. On the other hand, we are still struggling in denial that we want numbers to increase, but we don't want to be stuck there. So what is the solution now? The solution is, from the small piece of land that you have, kindly put something that will maximize output in order for those 10 hectares that were required because they were poor to be shrinked in a smaller portion that will be well improved, so that we are able to carry on with our numbers. Smaller land, more output. That is very important.
Sure. So, Mr. Ntungu, yeah, I can see a lot of, I'm surrounded by a lot of, I may grow grasses in general, though some of these may not be grasses. So, would you just take us through on the differences of all these crops that you're growing here and how to propagate them? Are they suitable for small-scale farmers? Something like that. Can a small-scale farmer who has so many things that he's doing within their body, can they manage some of this?
Wow, thank you so much. Coming to nutrition, of course, you say it's good nutrition when you balance all the required nutrients. And so when we're talking about the journey of pasture and fodder crop production, we have to look at the fact that are all the requirements being met? Are proteins there? Are minerals there? Are carbohydrates there? How about the issue of energy? Then bringing in the issue of water. So vitamins as well. So now, when we talk about it, we tell the farmer, first of all, you talked about small-scale farmers, are they able to do it? The answer is prominently yes, because all they need to do is to go for choices that will be able to give them what their animal needs within a smaller space. So for example here, these are legumes. We have legumes, we have also grasses. So the legumes are a good source of proteins. It's the proteins that will give you all that which you require in terms of the build-up of the body. And you also need energy, because nothing will function without energy. So the grasses will be a good source of the energy aspect. Of course, in their green state, they also have a relatively good level of what we call crude protein. Crude protein simply means the protein package by analysis in its raw form. So we rate it to a certain percentage to say, okay, this is the potential protein that is there, and animal is able to dump. But the legumes really, for example, here we have this is sun hemp. It's a good legume. You can take advantage of its vegetative material. We prepare it in different forms. You can dry it so that the animals, get to benefit from that crude protein. We also have another legume, cowpeas. Of course, there are a lot of varieties, but what is in question now is what we are calling the uveve. This is uveve. There are also other varieties that will have a different leaf shape, but this is for cowpeas. At the end there also, we also have velvet beans. Velvet beans is also another interesting legume. So now, what are we getting? Have the seed. A very rich supplier of protein. Also have the vegetative material. one example of a grass. Grasses come in their numbers, but the grass we are looking at here is what we are calling panicum butter. Okay? So, before I go to the seed, let me again extend it on the grass. This grass looks good, but at this stage, it is high in moisture content. So we want to allow the grass to reach a stage when it's about to give us flowers. When it's about to give us flowers, you will just simply monitor it, which is simple for the small scale farmer. Just walk through, scout your farm, and see that flowers have started. There are no flowers all over, but they've started. Meaning, the moisture content has come to a level reasonable enough to also support food content, The percentage is good. Then you harvest it at that stage. When you harvest it, we don't just go and throw it in the sun. We dry it, maybe if it's on the sun, just for 2 or 3 days, you turn it until it's dry. Go and keep it in the shade. Or you air dry it in the shade. We don't want direct sun to go and drain the nutritional value, rather nutritive value than bacterial. So this is Panicum maximum. We have a lot of them. Brachiaria, we have Rhodes grass, we have star grass, countless.
Can we see the different
Spreads it in the bush where animals graze, so that it grows along to add value to that.
Oh, so you mean you can just throw it in the bush?
Just throw in the bush so to improve.
In terms of weeds?
Now in the bush we want it to grow naturally so that it is hard and it's adaptive. It's part of the bush. So that when animals go to graze, they find this thing.
So now, in terms of local names, because sometimes when you call a grass
Panicum maximum.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes.
You know, to a small scale farmer, you may think it's something funny. Because we have local names for some of these.
It's actually important to note that these grasses that we're seeing in their improved nature, these grasses are there in the bush, you know, as wild ones also. So I know to say every region, depending on where one is coming from, they have names for these different grasses. Okay. So it's important actually to note it from here. It's a good question you brought. Once people, our aim is also identification of the grasses. It's important. Once people identify, they will tell you the local name. Okay. So if the Tongas will call it a name, you know, the Bembas will call it a name, the Ilas, for different regions will call it different names, because these grasses can be related to what is already in those regions.
Yeah, and then in terms of harvesting and preservation, how are these grasses done so that, you know, because it is one thing to grow these grasses, but another thing to preserve them.
Box. You now compact it in here, okay? So you load your contents inside here. You put your twine, which are the ropes we are seeing. You tie.
So you have to put the twine first.
Yes, you put the twine first so that it holds inside. You put your twine inside, okay? And then you start loading. These are out here, as you can see. They are strategically out. So as you load, then you tie. It means you tie the material together, and then you pull out your bale. That's what does happen. You can even use a ditch just on the ground. There are a lot of methods. We cannot exhaust them. But what we're saying is you've now brought your vegetative material, which has high value. From there, you take your animals to eat. How do you reduce the size of this? Because they look hard and difficult. There is a machine here which we can look at. So this is one option available. This machine is a chaff cutter. You load it from there. Chigayo. Yeah. It's a chigayo. You put oil, you do everything, you check. And then when you run it, it has, you know, a system here that will start chopping. And when you're chopping those things, you adjust according to the size you want this here. Do you want long things? Do you want shortest? You adjust. Once you adjust, then it runs. It's fine. Animals can eat without it. So that is the cycle. Then legumes cannot be given in larger quantities. If you give in larger quantities, because they have a sensitivity kind of trend in the nutrition process, rather than break down, causing what is called bloat, where the animals are now developing gases and things like that. So to reduce that, what you do, you moderate how much legumes versus how much grass. Those are basically the rules that you run around in this coastal. While your grass is growing, it continues to have the whole year.
And then Mr. Ndung finally, as we are winding up. Yes.
Okay.
What is the now, and why should we emphasize that farmers not
Why every farmer should not be forced to do pastures is one, because no farmer should be forced to have more money. It doesn't add up. Every farmer wants more money. Pasture production is the only journey to making more money in life. How is that possible? Your animal's growth rate is going to be improved. In business, if the time at which you are getting your final product has been reduced, you have been saved from costs. Pasture has that answer, because your animals are getting those things without wasting time. Your animals are having good conversion. For example, meat. They'll gain good weight from a smaller amount of feed because of the quality that is in the feed. So pasture is good because good nutrition also reduces diseases. If you reduce diseases, you stop buying these drugs farmers are complaining about. Sometimes farmers complain and cry that drugs are not working, but the animals are hungry. When you take drugs, we're told you eat. The animals don't eat food. The immune system is compromised. How is it going to fight it? So without even taking what it will make the animal give you more money. Additionally, if you don't have animals, you can grow and start selling. A small bale weighing 100 kgs or even less, you find it's being sold at maybe 150, 200, 250. That's a lot of money from grass. So it is the way.
Sure. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. And I want to wish you the best. Please, this is not a journey of impressing somebody. It's a life-changing journey. I wish you the best. Thank you. Sure.
You fight for yourself. When you are thinking about livestock, do not forget the aspect of nutrition. Because high productivity and more profit or more money in your pocket starts with good nutrition. So from me, your host, Dr. Vincent Banda, I say, God bless you and wishing you nothing but the very best. Thank you.